All right. Thought I'd do a little something different this time. And here's the after the sprint zone, heading into sprint zone 2. And we'll see what that's like all about. And that one's for 718. I didn't put any fancy title or anything in this one. Didn't do any moving of the camera for reverse angles. Just pretty much a POV of my helmet. And I will just ramble on about what I see. So we're recovering after the big sprint zone, and we are all together. The group's a little more ragged than I would like, but not horrible. I prefer a neater double pace line, but you got people out there that are just way too comfortable being out in the middle of the road. I don't know if there's cars back there. Actually, there weren't any cars back at this particular point, but it just seems like a little bit of entitlement. And we could see that the whole road is being taken up. And, you know, there really wasn't that strong of a wind here that would really necessitate that much of an echelon. Because you can look at my power, I'm pretty much all the way over to the right, and I'm fluctuating between zero and we got now 150, 170 watts. Not that difficult. In any case, this is a good chance for people to see exactly what they look like, where they're riding and where they think they're riding. And you can see there's riders that try to like ride in between other riders because they want a little shelter from either the left or the right. When we're going really hard, I get that. You know, save yourself some energy. And part of it maybe is so you can see. Because if there's potholes and things, you don't want to be surprised, and that makes sense. That being said, you could just be in line and be off at bike length or, whatever, and still be able to see something. But the way this is, it's like just a double. I don't know what it is. People just all over the place. So it's a chance, guys. Take a look. This is what we look like. You like it? I don't, not particularly. So here we go, in a sprint zone number 2, and the rules of engagement state that the sprint zone isn't really supposed to start until everyone is around the corner. But you can see people up front kind of ramming and thumping, looking like they're trying to get a little bit advantage. Up, I saw a slight yellow line violation, and I think that might have been Ian out there. Yeah, I'm gonna call you out. Um, yeah, exactly. Anyway, looks like he's going to the front. He's going to try to hit it hard, and everyone's in tow. Looks like we're starting to get organized, but people are still like all over the road. It's like if somebody wants to get by here, and that might have been me, I'm stuck behind these laggards that just don't want to do anything. So looking at my power, what, 20 watts, 80 watts, 32 watts, not that difficult back here. Oh, there we go into the 200s as people start to do something, but we're still kind of ragged. And it's a slight echelon, looks like right to left, because there must be a slight wind off of our right shoulder. But I don't really need to be out there in that echelon, so it looks like Joel here may be trying to start a second echelon, but I'm not quite certain if he's close enough to where I'd want to be. But anyway, I'm tucked in nicely behind him until it's time not to be there because people are going up the road. I mean, it is somewhat of a nice echelon, and now we're starting to get organized as we're going after the rider that went up the road, and that might have been Ian. Swinging it around a little bit, showing like he's the big man. Well, the big man should have been there at the first sprint. So now you're going to save it and throw something out there when no one was on your wheel. And you know, I'm talking about you now. Anyway, kind of sitting in. We got Mr. Stevens coming up on the right, giving me some nice shoulder, and we're kind of somewhat organized here as the big man, Matthew Michaels, brings everybody home and back up to Ian. Got JVP on that wheel. We got Isla sitting on that wheel, sort of out there, but definitely in the shelter. There goes one car that passed us. So for the people who are wondering about how much traffic we're blocking, looks like probably not that much. Now Greg goes pretty hard after sitting in for a while. Gonna go do a little work at the front. And now it looks like we got a pretty solid sort of double-ish kind of echelon thingy sort of kind of going. Ooh, it looks like Scott almost lost it there, being a little close to the side. That was pretty dangerous there because there was a little bit of dirt that could have been ugly. Anyway, try to get around the weaker riders here, or the people that have given up the ghost. There's the big man, Beast. Nice pull there. As the rest of us come through, we got like Wolfgang, looks like Danny Evans there. JVP still on the wheel, but looks like Greg has taken a flyer, and for some reason, no one was able to go with him. Not certain if that was choice or whatever. So at this point, I'm just kind of like not really taking it easy, but we got 400 watch this thing in contact here. JVP going super hard on this one. I'm like, I ain't going that hard on this one. We'll just do what we can do, and there's no sense blowing one up. But he is going hard, like this means everything, digging deep, all arrow and everything. I'm like, no, thank you. Here come the rest of the also rans, also trying to get up there, looking strong. Danny grabbing that wheel of John, and I'm just kind of sitting in, taking it easy, gonna take the cruise to the top. Unbeknownst to me, the TTH men are hot on our tail. And maybe this is what the impetus was for these people to get up the road because they didn't want to be caught by the TTH. As a matter of honor, that those guys are at least held back. In any case, I decided to just chill at this point. No reason to push. We're gonna be waiting anyhow. Um, we swing around, taking a look, and I didn't actually do this part of the actual focusing. The camera did, and I'm just going with it because if it didn't, I wouldn't be making this video. Anyways, sitting up, coming to the stop sign, and I feel a disturbance in the force coming up right about here. I start to look around and stop, and I hear some noise, and it's like zing! The TTH boys coming right in front of me. Zam! Look at all that! Bam! 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 There goes Dean right through the stop sign. There goes Isla flying through. There goes Greg, at least looking both ways. And that's the end of my ramble on that one. And so you've got a chance to see what you look like. If you like it, cool. If you don't, well, try to improve. Peace.